Hey, welcome to Cheap Seats, the show that takes a new look at the old games. I'm Randy, he's Jason, and today we'll be watching a true ice skating spectacle. And no, we are not referring to the Jeffersons on ice. No, we're of course referring to the 1979 battle between the Edmonton Oilers and the Detroit Red Wings, a.k.a. Wayne Gretzky's second NHL game ever and the first NHL game ever to be played in Edmonton. Although, when you think about it, it's not that different from the Jeffersons on ice. True. The Edmonton Oilers, with Wayne Gretzky, were clearly moving on up through the professional ranks. And future Edmonton goalie Grant Fuhrer would one day break racial stereotypes, not unlike the Willises. And everyone who had to defend against Gretzky wound up being wheezy. That's terrible. And with that, let's finally get a piece of the pie. Da-da-da-da. Hockey pie, Edmonton style. Is Gretzky gonna fight Apollo Creed? No, but I think Don Cherry slated to go 7 with Ivan Drago.
Tonight, hockey history is made in Canada.
Hey, careful with that. That's Messier's good China.
Tomorrow to Winnipeg, as it did on Wednesday to Quebec City.
Yep, you definitely got squirrels in the engine.
City's number 6.
Smile, you're on obvious camera.
And Hockey Night in Canada follows this progress.
Woo! Loverboy is awful.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. If you look off to your left, you'll see a spinning hockey logo, and to the right, Banff.
Time coming and a landmark in the NHL presidency of John Ziegler.
Is it me, or do all those microphones look like those special massagers you get at the drugstore, the ones behind the counter? It's you.
That title, but happily joins the NHL under the banner of the Hartford Whalers, the 4th new team.
Yo, Adrian, we did it! We got the conference room!
This is Wayne Gretzky in Edmonton with the excitement.
Look at Gretzky. He's so young, he still believes in Santa Claus. Yeah, and he's got no idea that in a few years he'll be scoring with Janet Jones.
In National Hockey League. I'm Morris Lukowicz of the Winnipeg Jets. The story here in Winnipeg.
What up, cold sore?
And we now have a new improved stadium. The toughest thing in this city is getting tickets for
This guy makes Gretzky's read look natural.
a great season. By the way, anybody out there got a pair of good red seats?
Well, we're going to try and make it very interesting.
Canadian Tom Landry. Is he giving that interview from inside a Monet?
The Detroit Red Wings provide the Edmonton Oilers
Gee, do you think there's enough parking?
the NHL. It's difficult to know what to expect from the Oilers this season.
Wait a minute.
They have an extremely...
He's talking in the sign language bubble. Deaf people have never been more confused. I want a sign language bubble. How come we don't have one? Well, you know, we've never really asked for one. Can we get one? Of course we can. Sweet, dude. That's awesome. I know. All right, here's my question about the sign language bubble. How big do you legally have to make it? Because that looks kind of small to me. I think it can only be an inch. Maybe an inch and a half. Okay, but what if you have really bad eyesight and you think she's signing like, we got a real barn burner, and you think she's saying, there's a movie marathon with Kathleen Turner coming up. Well, then you'd be screwed. Let's get back to the action. Use the force layer to stay in tune. Opera night in Canada. Wait, are they burning the American flag? And why would you hang a flag vertically in an indoor arena? Is she getting an honorary degree from Syracuse? Phrase it. Dude, what are you drawing? Cap. Gown. What are you drawing? Chewbacca. That's a nice Chewbacca, dude. Thanks, man. I didn't know you spoke Wookiee. Picked up a little bit of Wookiee in college. Did you really?
Thompson, the former Toronto Maple Leaf.
Jason Voorhees in goal. Oh, so this is what he does in the winter months.
Well, you wonder, Jim, looking at the,
There's Gretzky.
Opening lineups, whether they want Mahovlich against Gretzky. Edmonton gets the last official change here, so we'll just have to see how that goes.
Gretzky wins the first draw.
Yep. That's all he'll ever do in his career. He really peaked early.
For the young defenseman. And the rival number 4, Tommy Bergman, has the puck for Detroit. Off the boards.
Whoa, slow down, guys. Wow, the pace is blinding.
Last year in Sudbury, where he had 150 points in the OHA.
Guys, skate around's over, so, you know, this is a real game. You can really let it go.
Brett Callaghan, a good, hard-working left winger, number 18 for the Oilers, who's out there with Gretzky and Blair McDonald, and this is a set established...
Gordie Howe would be skating circles around these guys today.
Well, it's very cautious here in the first 35 seconds of the game. The kid with the puck, number 7 for Detroit, is Willie Huber, a giant young defenseman.
Did you just say Huber? I love that square-hopping monster. That's great, but he's not a monster. He's not? What is he? He's like a creature that turns squares different colors when he jumps on them. He doesn't have to be a monster. Could he be a Merlin? I don't know. Does he practice magic? Probably in his free time. Well, if it's his free time, then no, he can't be a Merlin because, you know, if it's not his profession, then no. But why would he even want to be a Merlin? That's a totally different tax bracket.
True. All right, I didn't even think of that.
When we come back, we'll have a real treat.
What is that, your Merlin wand?
It is my Merlin wand. You'll witness firsthand one of the, I'm going to go clockwise now, one of the most historic moments in Edmonton history. Stay with us.
Get the thing off. Get it off.
Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats. We're watching the 1979 game between the Detroit Red Wings and the Edmonton Oilers featuring a barely legal Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, Gretzky was only 18 years, 8 months, and 15 days old when he played his first NHL game. Yeah, but that wouldn't have impressed Jermaine O'Neal, the youngest person ever to play in an NBA game at age 18 years, 1 month, and 23 days. But that's nothing compared to Joe Nuxhall, who was 15 years old when he pitched for the Cincinnati Reds in 1944. He gave up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning and then was promptly grounded by his parents for 2 weeks. No phonograph. All right, let's take it back to Edmonton.
Period. No score in the game. The Oilers with the man advantage. Gretzky feeding it off to the side. A shot from the point by Siltanen is turned aside. From behind the net in front.
He shoots, he scores!
Blair McDonald, the first goal in...
And the corporate brass at UPS are ecstatic.
Watch the play Wayne Gretzky makes here. It's an unbelievable play from behind the net.
Hey, it's Judge Reinhold. Wait, is it Judge Reinhold or is it Fred Savage in Judge Reinhold's body?
He doesn't take any time to get a shot away here.
Hockey hair.
Callaghan and Gretzky get the assist. 12:06 was the time, and it's a historic time for Edmonton in the NHL.
A historic time for Edmonton? That's a pretty bold statement. Yeah, the Berlin Wall coming down, that's historic. This is more like when the Scorpions played on top of the Berlin Wall.
In the first period. The shots are taken.
That guy looks like Roger Daltrey with a bad case of quadrophenia.
Callaghan getting back to the puck. Took a check from Netherlands.
Meanwhile, I can't believe we haven't even seen a fight yet.
Mahovlich and Fogelin sort of wraps his glove.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, take that, you little... Fight, 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 fight.
Two pretty big boys going at it, and it didn't take Pete.
That ref looks like a tall Ron Say. Yeah, Penguins do like ice.
Both teams have been waiting for this to happen in the first period, but really...
Oh, man. Why do the refs always have to come in and break stuff up? I know, there wasn't that much going on in the game. And he puts a stop to the only interesting thing that's happened all night.
Have that spark in their legs. You saw the game last night in Vancouver. I think it's taken its toll on them.
Too bad it's over. It's all wrapped up.
You see Mahovlich, it's Callaghan.
Oh, wait a minute! Yes! Yes! This is what we're talking about. Goons never say die. Actually, I think it's Goonies never say die. Same thing.
It's actually a smart play by Colin Campbell, because if they call this play correctly, it'll be...
Okay, this looks less like a fight and more like a scene from Strictly Ballroom.
A heck of a lot more than the...
All right, fast forward. Okay, all right.
Edmonton at 19.
Yep, he kicked my ass.
There's those unclaimed gloves.
It's always sad to see a pair of gloves like that dead on the ice, cut down in their prime.
6:53.
Whoa, hey, come on! How about a little respect for the dead, buddy?
There's a look at the beautiful time clock over center ice at the Northlands Coliseum.
Now that's a good mascot. Man with a horn. Comes out, he's loud, he's annoying, he's visible, he's perfect.
Still have a little over a minute to go on this power play.
Mascot fight! He's choking him! Hey, don't let him choke you. You choked the chicken. And now he's making him look like Waylon Jennings. We recently caught up with the man with horn, and we got a chance to see what a day in his life might be like. And you might be shocked to find out that he's a little bit like you and me, if we had a horn, and if we were trying to become a team's official mascot by drumming up public support. You know what? Just take a look.
And there's a man with a horn.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love what I do. That's why I do it, even though I don't get paid, even though technically people don't consider it work. But, I mean, you have to understand that from my What? Go! What do you want me to do? You! I'm Donnie Millsap, a.k.a. Man with Horn. Oh, that's how the fans know me. In fact, if you ask anyone in Section 127, they'll say that I'm Man with Horn, except for the Italian guy in row 12, who calls me Ed, because he thinks I look like Ed Begley Jr., which I don't. I mean, I used to, but he didn't know me then. Go! Let's... I've been working for the Oilers since 1978, and that whole time they've refused to recognize me as an official mascot. So, of course, I take my case to Omuna, which is the official mascot union of North America. They say I need the Oilers. Oilers say I need Omuna, and it's like this big bureaucratic hassle. So, of course, I take my case to Omuna, which is the official mascot union of North America. They say I need the Oilers. Oilers say I need Omuna, and it's like this big bureaucratic hassle. So I'm out there. I'm moving people up. I don't have a place to park. Hey, hi. I'm Man with Horn, and I'm trying to get people to sign this petition so that I can become the official mascot of the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this is kind of an example of what I do. Charge, you know. No! Well, I've been doing this for a long time, and I feel like there's one secret to being an athlete. You're out there and you can't get it. I woke up stage trying to enjoy myself. True now, it's true when I was 7 years old. Anybody want frozen mudslide? Have I made mistakes? Yeah, definitely. Would I do it differently? I don't know. Probably. I probably would. I'm pretty lonely. But I'm still very proud of what I do.
Welcome back to Cheap Seats. You're watching the Red Wings and Oilers battle it out as Edmonton hosts its first ever NHL game. Now, that hockey fight we just saw was pretty much the Ishtar of hockey fights. Yeah, you felt like with the people that were involved, it would be better than it was, but it just was a giant disappointment. Huge disappointment. Speaking of disappointments, we have a gentleman in the studio with us today whose life has been very disappointing since 1978, when Wayne Gretzky joined the Oilers. He is the man that Wayne Gretzky replaced on the Oilers
would you please give a warm Cheap Seats welcome to Derek St. George? Welcome, Derek.
Well, let's talk about the transition between you and Wayne Gretzky in that position.
Basically, what happened is I was late to a team meeting, and that was a big no-no at the time. You couldn't miss meetings, you couldn't be tardy. One and you're done. No second chances. And I was let go because I overslept, which opened up a roster spot for Wayne, to give this kid a shot. And he stuck. And that's how it went down. So if I hadn't slept in, who knows?
Well, Wayne Gretzky he had 894 goals. You could argue that he was the greatest player of all time.
That is a lot of goals. I will definitely concede that. I didn't really follow his career too closely, but that is a lot. But really, I feel like, to be fair, I think the true hallmark of a guy's career is assists. Anyone can score goals. You get a lot of funny bounces, but assists is really...
He had 1,963 career assists.
That's a lot. That's, it's not 2,000. But
pretty damn close to 2,000.
Yeah, well, it's close, but it's not 2,000, so...
Now, Derek, there's a funny story about you oversleeping and the reason why. Yeah, can you share that with us?
I was one of the first guys in Edmonton to own a digital alarm clock. Basically, I thought I said it right, and I didn't. And I overslept, and I missed the meeting, and next thing you know, Wayne has... however many goals he said he has.
Well, have you made peace with the clock since that whole... Have you tried, at least?
It's been a long, difficult process. It's very similar for me to when somebody is mauled by a bear and they then have to revisit that moment to conquer the fear. So they need to return to the place where it happened. I took the alarm clock to the woods to try to make peace with it, and in the process, I was mauled by a bear. So now I need to go back to the woods without the clock to make peace with the bear before I can take the clock back to the woods and make peace with it. So I'm working on it, and...
We haven't spoken about this with you ahead of time, but... We have the alarm clock right here, the GE Dreamweaver, that was the alarm clock in question, and if there's anything you'd like to say to it, feel free.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you! I hate you! It's your fault! It's your fault! It's your fault! Oh, God. It's my fault!
And that, my friends, is the healing power of Cheap Seats. Let's get back to more action.
Actually, I think probably Eddie Meal should have had it, but that's the only mistake he's made.
Detective LeBrotten, we got a 14-16 at the stadium. Shots on goal have been reported. We got 7 men down in Detroit, 12 in Edmonton. Man with horn is down as well.
Have outshot the Red Wings. A 1-all tie nearing the 3-minute mark of the third period as Wayne Gretzky neatly takes it.
Gretzky flashing those mad stick handling skills. Look at that juke. Check out the replay. You can actually see the guy on the Red Wings planning his new career move as a dental technician.
Good years in Montreal.
7 minutes gone, third period, 1-all tie. Play in the Edmonton zone. Seltonen with the puck. Thompson Thompson takes it away. Centered it.
Goal! Hockey goal!
The kid from Sudbury has his first, I believe his first.
The Mona Lisa, the Sistine Chapel, the cast of the OC. They've got nothing on this scoreboard.
As we mentioned, that's something to be proud of, but
one of the original Chipperfield dancers. Tonight he's skating without his bow tie.
Ladies in Edmonton, I believe Ron's still single.
How about that? How does a good-looking guy like that last so long?
Well, why don't you ask him out on a date and find out?
Some of those saves he made and how big they are.
Show me sand ice. But Mr. Miyagi, I've been sanding the ice all day. And
all of a sudden...
All right, we now continue with more third period action with the score remaining 2-1 Detroit.
Bouncing back. It's 2-1 Detroit. McDonald with the puck. Moving in on Bergman. This is Stan.
Well, this one's pretty much over. Yep, Detroit's got it in the bag.
Right in front, Semenko. Hammers at the puck.
Oh, scored! Oh, we got a real barn burner. Oh, man, I hated her and V.I. Warshawski. I said barn burner.
Great play by the Edmonton Oilers, and persistence pays off.
Dude, what happened? How did we get in here? And how did she get down there? She's silently taking over the world! Oh! Dude, I gotta pee. Well, do you see a bathroom in this bubble? No. So hold it. All right, we've got an exciting game, but we will be back after these messages. What the hell are we doing? Just don't think of the Zamboni machine. Dude, I really have to pee. Welcome back to Cheap Seats. Oilers, Red Wings, 79. Now that season, Gretzky would go on to win the first of 8 consecutive Hart trophies as the league's most valuable player. Yeah, but what happened in the 9th season? Yeah, what's up? What, did you choke, Gretzky? Yeah, you're not so great, are you? Yeah, I'm the great one. I'm Gretzky. Hey, you weren't great in the 9th year. Yeah, you're no Bernie Federko, buddy. All right. Let's just pick things up with 9:37 left in the third. The score's knotted at 2.
Puck deflected off his leg, and the crowd got on Wayne Forsey.
All right, Gretzky, here we go. No.
Semenko put it behind the net. McDonald goes to it. Blair McDonald, who scored both Edmonton goals in this 2-all-time.
Gretzky again. This is hell.
So Siltanen, his shot hit a leg as it bounces off Dale McCourt.
Gretzky with the game winner. Oh, God, this guy's the worst. He's no Bernie Federko.
Hicks lines up, he shoots, it hit a leg. Oilers putting on pressure, Gretzky to the point. Shot by Hicks, hit a skate in front.
Red Wing down, Red Wing down.
We'll get him out of there.
Got it out of trouble. Hey, that's Semenko.
Fast forward.
That scored for Detroit. Harold Thompson takes a shot.
Broken stick. Check to see if it's corked. I apologize to my teammates. I apologize to my fans. Now, I heard it was just a fungo stick that he was using for, like, skate around.
Thompson took him out of the play, and Fogelin grabbed him around the neck. Vashon scoops the puck.
Get up, Edmonton. Come on. This isn't a Seal concert.
To Lee Fogelin. His father played in the national.
All right, here comes the biggest hit of the game. Wow, that almost knocked Foligno back a half a foot.
Tonight, the Detroit rookie with a goal and an assist, his first NHL goal.
Oh, that guy totally got away with a blatant hook. He sure did.
It was hooked by Foligno.
All right, I've seen enough. Fast forward.
They'll be cautious now here because we're in the last minute now, 1 minute to go.
In other words, 1 minute till they bring out the smelling salts and try to resuscitate the drunken Zamboni guy.
No trouble with that one. Hunter missed it back of the net. Pete Mahavlich has got the puck. Try to get it to Foligno. Keeps working for it. Tripped up.
Yeah, they'll call that in the last 30 seconds.
Miller with the puck. 34 seconds left. It's 3-all.
When two big guys collide, the result is hockey hijinks. Fridays on the PAX channel.
The boards for McDonald, who lets it go to center ice. Knocked down momentarily there, but recovered by Larson. Lost it to McDonald.
Go!
Ah! The corner, Weir hustling into check. 15 seconds left. No chance for a shot. Now from the point, Lowe shoots, it's blocked.
Look at these guys. They're playing for a tie. The whole object in sports is to win. Yeah, but they're in Canada. And with the whole conversion thing, a tie is like a win. Oh.
Enjoyed it, but they see a tie. As the siren goes, and Edmonton...
And the mystery goalie is Bjorn Borg.
In the NHL.
Neo, there is another organism in the Matrix. You are the one.
It was a pretty exciting evening for the debut in the...
Hello, Aquanet. I'll take 3 more cans.
...with a 3-3 tie from an established team like the Detroit Red Wings.
Red Wings? I love the Red Wings. It's like the chase scene from Ms. Pac-Man. Oh, tie? It's like kissing your sister. Unless it's your stepsister and she's hot, in which case you say, great, picked up a point. Well, we can't get out of here without giving out some cheapies. And because it's a special NHL version of the cheapies, the players don't get to keep the trophies. They just get to have them tour with them for a year. All right, cheapie for most exciting fight. I'm going with this. Fight, 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 fight,
Big
fight.
boys going at it, and it didn't take Pete long to drop his cup.
That's a good one, but I'm going to go with this.
Go on this power play, and they've got the big shoot.
Fight, 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 fight.
That guy can play the thing. Chicken's a little...
That'll do it for our special Wayne Gretzky Hockey Edition of Cheap Seats. And kids, we hope you learned something valuable today during this show. Fighting is never the answer, but it is an acceptable alternative if you think you can win. I'm Randy, he's Jason, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Cheap Seats. What do you call me? Bullet?
The Suckers Room, coming to